So what has been remaining until now has been the international flights, which many of us Kenyans, many of the international visitors have been looking forward to this. You recall when the president did announce, he did say that domestic flights will be reopened on the 15th of July, but the international flights would wait until the 1st of August, which is 2 days from now. We decided to start with the domestic flights to give ourselves some learning curve so that we learn what needs to be done, what needs to be improved to make sure that when we go for international flights, we shall be indeed very ready to do so. And so today I would like to read a communique specifically targeting the international flights. This communique is on the resumption of international air travel on 1st of August 2020. His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya directed that international air travel would resume on the 1st of August 2020 and instructed the Ministry of Transport, Infrastructure, Housing, Urban Development and Public Works to develop a protocol to ensure the safety of the travelers. I would like to report that this protocol was completed by a multi-agency team and duly approved ultimately by the CS of Health on the 14th of July. The ministry, in consultation with relevant stakeholders, prepared a protocol for air travel operations during COVID-19 public health crisis. The protocol seeks to provide guidelines to ensure that air travel remains safe during the pandemic for both domestic and international flights. The protocol recognizes that the adverse impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic have been experienced in most sectors of the economy, and the aviation industry is amongst the most impacted. The protocol has therefore confirmed as follows. 1, all arriving passengers on international flights with a PCR-based COVID-19 negative certificate whose body temperature is not above 37.5 degrees Celsius and do not have a persistent cough, difficulty in breathing, or other flu-like symptoms, and have been tested 96 hours before travel, shall be exempt from quarantine. Let me say this is not a blanket approval, and so we do have initially a list of countries from which passengers will be allowed. This will be a list which will be reviewed on an ongoing basis, because you know this issue about COVID is not static. It gets better, it gets worse. So whereas we have an initial list here, by tomorrow we shall review that list, depending on circumstances on the ground when we do the global mapping of the trend and intensity of the coronavirus. But for a start, these countries which I'm going to mention here will be the initial list from which we shall be allowing passengers to come from. 1, China, South Korea, Japan, Canada, Zimbabwe, Ethiopia, Switzerland, Rwanda, Uganda, Namibia, and Morocco. These countries are the countries with mild or limited community transmission all, they have declining incidences. And these are the ones initially we shall be allowing passengers to come from.